number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soap.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast, the greatest podcast you never heard. Baby, it's Friday and we back at it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all have had a great week, man. It's at the end. This is it. This is the last day right before you walk into your weekend, man. So hopefully you guys have had a really prosperous week. And everything has been going well with you and the family, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. If you are a first-time listener, man, the Lunchline Podcast is a place where we take about 30 or 40 minutes, man, and we feed ourselves with information and substance, man, and stuff that actually encourage us to make us better. Because we all in this together, man, and we all are trying to become better people, better humans, better fathers, better leaders, to work towards a greater world, man. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. All right, y'all. So listen, you know the greatest of all time arguments that people get into. You know, you hear these arguments all the time, or you've heard these arguments all the time. People debating, who's better. Whether you talking Jordan or LeBron, you talking, Pac or Biggie. You talking, Muhammad Ali or Floyd Mayweather or whoever. This greatest of all time argument is one that people. It's one of those debates that can go on to the end of time. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those debates that never seem to have an ending. Just like the Pac and Biggie one. That's a debate that people will always have, no matter what. There'll never be a resolution. It'll always be split. It'll never be a consensus where people all agree that one is better than the other. Okay. But for me, there's levels to greatness, right? You got like you're great and you're great at your craft. Either you're athletic or you're super talented, whether it's rap or whether it's, sports or whatever. But there's a certain level of greatness that not very many people achieve. There's a level of greatness that some people will never ever be able to reach at all, no matter, how hard they try or whatever. And it has nothing to do with their athletic ability. It has nothing to do with their rap skill level, they bars, none of that. There are certain people who come around. There's only a handful that we see in our life that I've only seen in my lifetime that reach a new height of greatness. And the first person that I'll use for this example is Muhammad Ali. And I believe Muhammad Ali to be the greatest, not because of just what he did in the ring. It's because of what he did outside of the ring. His willingness to lay down his life and his freedom for what he believed in. His willingness to go to prison for a couple years at the prime of his career to walk away from millions of dollars, all because he believed in something greater. His religion, his belief, his faith told him that you're designed to love people, not to kill them. So Muhammad Ali said, I am willing to give up my freedom. And I'm not going to fight y'all war in Vietnam. I'm not going to go kill Chinese or Viet Cong or whoever simply because they have never done anything to me. And as a black man in America, we're fighting a war on this soil. Why in the hell will we drag our black asses 5,000 miles away to fight a war for a country that don't give a damn about us? Right? So Muhammad Ali is one of the rare few people that are in that upper echelon tier of greatness that not very many can reach. I'll say Dave Chappelle. His willingness to go against the grain of what every comedian has probably ever done in our lifetime. The willingness to say whatever he feels in a very artistic way regardless of the backlash, regardless of what people say, Dave Chappelle is one of those people who has transcended the level of greatness. Right? This leads me to my next person that I want to talk about. Now, I'm not comparing this person per se to a Muhammad Ali, right? I'm not comparing him to a Muhammad Ali or even a Dave Chappelle. But I respect the hell out of Kyrie Irving today. And I just want to say that, like, my heart is tipped. Like, my hat is tipped to him, and I respect Kyrie because he's standing in a very strong realm of adversity right now. Everybody's threatening to take his career away from him simply because he doesn't believe that getting the shot is the best course of action for his life. And he's being penalized for it. Now, a lot of people would say, you know, they cave in and they do whatever they have to do. Or they cave under the pressure, or they cave because of whatever reasoning that they come to, whether they feel like, you know, I need this money to be able to feed my family for years to come. You know, they give in or they fold for whatever reason. You know, I'm not knocking the person who does that, but there are a few people who are willing to say, I'll go against the grain regardless of what the hell I got to go through. Regardless if I got to give up my titles for 3 or 4 years, regardless if I got to go and sit down in this prison cell for 3 or 4 years to give up my titles, I will not go and do something that I don't believe in, regardless of what y'all say. Y'all call, you know, the same people who are overcritical about Kyrie, who were upset at Kyrie's decision. They did the same shit to Muhammad Ali 30, 40 years ago. They did the same thing. Called him stupid. Why would you do that? You supposed to be a boxer. You just need to get in there and box. How come you just won't box? You know, they look down on him. That's the same person that everybody celebrates and they honor and they speak highly of today, Muhammad Ali. Those same people clown him back when he did that. Or they were critical of him back when he did that. Because he had balls enough to sit here and say that, man, America don't give a damn about black people. Why in the hell should I go over there and sacrifice my life and come back wounded or without a damn limb to fight a bogus ass war that had nothing to do with us? Has nothing to do with us. Our persecutors are here. Our enemy is here. Why the hell I need to fly over there and fight them people? This is Muhammad Ali. Why in the hell do I need to fly over there and shoot at these people? These people ain't never did nothing to me. They ain't never called me nigger. They have never called me nigger. Ever. They don't know me. I don't know them. But I know who my oppressor is right here on my home soil. That's what greatness is. To me. That's what greatness is. Somebody who's willing to say, man, I don't give a goddamn what y'all say. This is what I believe and this is why. In 20 or 30 years, they probably, you know, they're going to do a docu-series or a documentary about Kyrie Irving's life or a video and talk about he didn't take the vaccine. After, you know, all of the stuff comes out that, you know, that's going to further either validate or open up more information as to, you know, what happened with those who took the vaccine or the ramifications of it. Like, we'll see that down the road. 20 or 30 years, like, we'll see it. People will probably at that time do the same thing they did to Muhammad Ali to Kyrie Irving and say, man, Kyrie Irving, man, he took a stance. You know, he didn't believe in taking this. He believed in his right to express his freedom, to protect his health, and to protect his life. He didn't believe in that, regardless of what everybody's saying. And you know what? And a lot of the fans today, a lot of people are upset just because he won't just go play basketball. Shut the hell up, Kyrie. We don't care nothing about what your values are. We just need you to play basketball. We need you to make us money. They put his teammates on him. They put all these people on him. They put the media on him. They put all of this pressure on him to say, Kyrie, if you don't play, you ain't for us. Why are you being selfish, Kyrie? Get on in here and do the dance, nigga. Right? We don't care about your freedom to be able to really express yourself and do what you believe is best for you. Get on here and get your ass in here and do the dance for us and run up and down this court, sweat for us and make us money. That's really what it boils down to. Muhammad Ali said, nah, I ain't going over there. If y'all ain't drafting me, shit. You must be out your damn mind. I'm not fighting in your war. You know what they said? Well, we're going to strip. You're going to jail and we're going to strip your belts away. They started to threaten you. They're telling Kyrie, you going to miss out at $300,000 a game. You're going to miss out on $300,000 a game. Now, I don't know what Kyrie's going to do in the next, that is a lot of money. I don't know what Kyrie's going to do. But the people that exceed the realm of greatness, they make sacrifices that 99.9% of the other people wouldn't make. A lot of people wouldn't be willing to make those sacrifices. And I'm just, these sports fans, man, y'all sports fans, honestly, y'all need to get y'all goddamn minds right. Y'all really need to get y'all goddamn minds right. I don't know why y'all think we talking about a sport. We talking about a sport. I know y'all crazy about y'all sports team, and these players are nothing more but just mindless cattle to y'all who run up and down to just entertain y'all with this ball. The shut up and dribble thing. I don't understand you fans. We talking about fucking basketball. So basketball is more important in life now. Boxing is more important in life now. Muhammad Ali's like, yeah, go take it. Go ahead and take these punk ass belts. Whatever. Y'all can't take my mind and the spirit of who I am. I'll be back. It's cool. So, like, I salute Kyrie. I salute any athletes that's bold enough to say that regardless of what I'm facing, and when you start, regardless of what I'm facing, I'm going to stand firm in what it is that I believe in. I'm going to stand firm in what it is that I believe in. Because when they start putting money out there and they start talking about money, man, people fold. People fold, man. You start talking about a dollar amount, man, and people get to weighing your options. And to be honest, like, I think Kyrie's just in a different space right now. Like, mentally, like, discovering his truth and who he is. Like, I just think he's just on a different plane, man. Like, he's found himself in a way. Like, he's found himself. What he believes to be true, nobody can challenge that. Nobody can challenge that. And if he walks away and he says, man, well, damn it, I just retired. You got to respect it. So people most of these sports fans gonna hate Kyrie if he retire. Most of these people are gonna hate Kyrie if he get traded. Like, people just want him to just shut up and do what the hell he's told and just play ball. But I don't think Kyrie that kind of guy, man. Like, I hope he sticks. Listen, I know $300,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but what's more important? What's more important? And look, y'all, like, I'm much older now, right? Like, I'm much older, and my mind and the way that I think is a lot different. And, and oftentimes I find myself, questioning, just society, just life in general. Like, who said that life was supposed to be about all of this just stuff? Like, all of this stuff, all of this social media stuff, all of this fancy cars and houses and statuses, and like, is this what life was really designed to be? Like, hopefully, in the next, 30 or 40 years, man, after I feel like I put my work in and I've done everything that I needed to do as far as pouring into people and giving up my life to make sure that everybody else is better and my kids are better. And like, man, like, shit, I just give me 100 acres, man, and let me just go on off of there, man, and just live off the grid and just be at peace, man, and do whatever it is that I want to do. Life values of life aren't the same for everybody. Like, I know people like, oh, Kyrie, you willing to walk away from $300,000? Oh, you a motherfucking fool. Oh, you stupid. You dumb. Like, why would you do that? All that money, all that. To him, it's like, bro, I have millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kyrie, like, I have millions of dollars. It's not like I don't have money. But there was something that I found within myself. There's something that I found that's within me that makes money almost irrelevant to me. Because I found a peace and I found a truth within me that exceeds all of this shit that y'all saying I need to do, and the saying that I need to keep, and I need to not give up, and I need to play along to get along. I need to be a part of this system. I need to fold and do what everybody else says I need to do. Kyrie doesn't believe that. Like I said, there's certain tiers to it that everybody's not willing to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not willing to sacrifice. Everybody's not willing to give those things up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not willing to walk away from $50 million from a comedy show like Dave Chappelle. Most people, oh, you stupid. And you know, when you hear people talk about money a lot of times, you hear them say, oh, shit, what would you do? Would you do this for $10 million? Oh, man, I cut my mama's foot off for $10 million. I drink raw, seal blood. I do whatever I got to do to, some people are willing to do whatever they have to do to get money, to gain wealth, to change the dynamic of their future in their life. Like, people are willing to do whatever. But it's not the same for everybody. It's not the same for Dave Chappelle that said, man, listen, I'm not going to allow y'all to try to lessen who I am as a man and try to demean my character as a man and make me put on a skirt and do all these bullshit ass skits that I don't agree with. I'm not going to let y'all clown me with that. Like, I'm not going to let you niggas like Hollywood put on a damn skirt, put me in a skirt to try to make me the object of their ridicule and their comedy just so I can boost their ratings and bring them money. Like, I'm not about to let y'all do that. That's Dave Chappelle. Walked away from it. You know how much balls it takes to walk away from $50 million? It takes a lot. There's a certain level of greatness that everybody isn't cut out for. Everybody isn't cut out for. And they know that. So they start threatening y'all jobs. Like these nurses, they know y'all won't try to go into no private practices and starting your own facilities and stuff like that. They believe that you guys are just working horses who are going to do whatever they're mandating shots for certain jobs, and it's getting crazy. I didn't really think the NBA was going to do this, but I'm not surprised. I'm honestly not surprised, man. But I wholeheartedly, man, tip my hat to, Kyrie Irving. Like, I pray he sees this thing through, and I pray he continues to do what's best for him. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not gonna look down on Kyrie if he does decide to say, I'm gonna take the jab and I'm gonna go ahead and just play ball. Like, I'm not gonna look down on him, but I respect the hell out of him if he goes through with it. But everybody isn't cut out for that level of greatness. When you talk about, Pac and you talk about Biggie, like, listen. Biggie was very talented. Like, hands down, my man could go. Like, he can rap his ass off, bro. Like, Biggie's one of the greats. But there was something about Tupac, and given in all of his issues, what he talked about, his ability to connect socially what was going on in our world, the struggles of black people, the struggles of our community, his perception and his ability to really see the truth for what it was. Like, when you talk about, systemic racism and the way that black people are treated, and you talk about real estate and you talk about the wealth and the divides in America, Pac's ability to see that and to articulate himself and to be able to express himself about it, man, and to be as vocal as he was, like, man, that for me, that transcends different levels of greatness, man. Like, that's not just like, and I know people may try to point out, oh, he's flawed in this, or he did that, or he said this, or he was. Listen, I get it. I know we all ain't perfect, and I ain't making no excuse, but he exceeded that upper echelon, man, of greatness that a lot of people just ain't cut out for. A lot of people just ain't go just say what the hell need to be said. Because they too afraid of the backlash. They too afraid of what other people will say. They too afraid of what it'll hurt they pockets. It'll affect their bottom line, they dollars. Like, people don't want to affect that money. You flash some money and you talk about, affecting somebody's livelihood and taking away something that's dear to them. People fold. They'll do some shit that, So, like, I applaud Kyrie, man. Like, that's the whole purpose of this, this episode. That's all I wanted to talk about, man, was like my man just willing to just do what most people won't do. You know what I'm saying? It exceeds beyond just talent. It exceeds way beyond that. Way beyond that. I just don't understand, and I'm honestly sick of you goddamn sports fans. I'm sick of you fans, man. Y'all some ignorant bastards, man. A lot of y'all are just some ignorant ass bastards when it comes to these athletes. Y'all think athletes owe y'all something. If you love basketball that much, take your ass outside and get your own ball, start your own league, and get to playing. These athletes don't owe y'all nothing. 70% of the NBA is made up of black people. And this always leads me to, like, everything comes full circle. It all leads back to the same thing. The NBA is 70% black athletes, right? Or is it it's probably a higher number than that? Probably 85. I don't know. I don't have the statistics in front of me. I ain't go fact check it. But I'm pretty sure all y'all would agree that the NBA is made up of a large number of black people. If black people decided to finally say, fuck what y'all think, fuck y'all leagues, and y'all way of doing things, we gonna do it our way, shit would be so much different. Shit would be so much different. To have to, in 2021, and we know that these owners, we know that these people have, astronomical amounts of wealth and billions of dollars, and they can run sports facilities, but if black athletes just finally said, man, we taking our ball and we going home. And to be honest, in this day and age, in this social age, people gonna go where the talent is. You can say what you want about your favorite sports team. You can say if Ice Cube said, you know what, we gonna transform, we gonna go from the big three, and we gonna really create a league that's gonna rival the NBA. You start getting some of those top athletes in the NBA, the Zion Williams, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I wish it would, but it probably would never happen. If you had these top black athletes to finally walk away and say, you know what? The hell with y'all. We don't want to play by y'all rules. We don't like the way that y'all run things. We don't like y'all policies. We don't like nothing about how y'all do things. We want to create our own. You think the fans ain't going to follow behind the Kevin Durant's and the LeBron Jameses of the world? You think the fans aren't going to tune in for that shit? Do you think if black athletes came together and said, we going to start our own network, our own basketball network, you think these fans ain't going to follow? You can say whatever you want. Oh, the prestige of this. Oh, the prestige of the Lakers and the Celtics and the prestige of these teams. Oh my God! Like, you know what? Nobody would ever want to disrupt that shit. You start taking the Bradley Beals and the John Walls and the top talent in this league. You start removing these players, the Joel Embiids, and they saying, yo, we don't want to play in this NBA league no more because we don't want to deal with y'all shit. We want to create wealth for our people. We want to build a stadium or stadiums for our people to where black businesses can set up in those stadiums and actually generate money for our communities. We want to do something like that. You think these fans ain't gonna follow? Shit, it's gonna be a lot of outrage and a lot of people pissed off about it. But I guarantee, man, it can be done. It can be done. Do we need to talk about the Negro Leagues? Baseball? The Negro Leagues was thriving It was great. Most of the talent in baseball during that time resided in the Negro Leagues. You want to talk about one Jackie Robinson? There was dozens of Jackie Robinsons in the Negro Leagues. Dozens of talented people in the Negro Leagues who were great. But you know what they did? They said, we want to increase the attention and the growth of our sport. We know that the Negro Leagues is thriving and growing. We got to go bring their talent over here. And what if? And I know it was probably enticing, and I know that they start throwing money around, and players in the Negro League started to be like, well, we can make more money. But they knew that the white-owned leagues could get a few black players. You then start to attract black fans and say, wow, this black person is the first person to break the color barrier in baseball. That's never been done before. There's such prestige with the Dodgers. There's such prestige with the San Francisco Giants, all of the Yankees. There's prestige there. You get that famous Negro League player to come over there, you're gonna take the fans, you're gonna pull all of the fans and the traffic and the eyes that was on the Negro Leagues over there. But imagine if they said, nah, we straight. we gonna stay over here. We gonna stay over here and play. Imagine what the Negro Leagues could have been today. Imagine the what it could have done to the sports world as a whole if Negro baseball players or black baseball players would have said, nah, we keeping our leagues. We gonna expand to every city. We gonna start to build stadiums. We gonna attract. We gonna keep this thing going. That would have encouraged basketball players or basketball leagues to kind of do the same thing. Like, shit, we got a lot of talent in this basketball thing, man. We gonna go ahead and we gonna start up our own basketball leagues. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start our own Negro basketball league. So we don't have to be. Listen, I know y'all probably think like, you know, well, first off, I can't be racist because I'm black. So that's the first. If I don't have, and let's define racism for a second. We're gonna get back to it. In order for anybody to be racist, this means that I have the power to control your way of life. Therefore, black people don't have the resources to control your way of life. We can't come in and wipe out your entire communities, red line, and do things like that. So therefore, black people can't be racist. So let me just get that out there. I can't be racist with this speech. There's no way for me to be racist. Y'all might as well get that shit out your head. But think about it. If the Negro Leagues would have stayed strong and said, hell nah, we ain't playing with y'all, who knows what it would have been today? You know, we can only think like, who knows what it would have done to the sports world? You know what I mean? Like, how much of, and to be honest, it can be done today. It can be done today. I applaud Ice Cube. I don't know if Ice Cube is like 100% owner, but I know I don't know how much of it he owns, what he doesn't own. But I applaud Ice Cube, man, because he created something that hasn't been done. A professional league for ex-NBA players or retired NBA players to come in who still like to play and actually compete at a fairly decent high level. Like, that's something that's never been done. And maybe this is just a tester. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? For him to say, shit, we're going to go ahead and kick it up a notch and just go ahead and start a league. We're going to start a league. We're going to start a real league. Now, this is going to be a lot different from, you know, anything that y'all doing with the G League and all that shit. But in all reality, like, Ice Cube, man, he's doing something great. He's doing something great there. And I applaud him for that. But just to get back to my point, man, there's certain athletes and entertainers. There's not many that come around in our lifetime that exceed far beyond just the level of greatness in their respective fields. You don't get a lot of Muhammad Ali's in your lifetime. Muhammad Ali's in our lifetime. You just don't get a lot of them. You don't get a lot of Dave Chappelle's in your lifetime. Just true greatness. This has nothing to do with Jordan. Sorry. People who can change the course of what people think and believe to impact society. To influence them, to encourage them to have the testicular fortitude to stand up and say, this ain't what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to stand for what I believe in and do what I believe is true for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have to lose everything, I'm going to stand on my truth and what I believe in. And I encourage all of my black people to do the same. People didn't like Ali being as bold as he was. They hated the fact that he was willing to throw America's oppression right back in their face. They hated that shit. They applaud him today like, oh, but they hated that shit. They hated that. And mysteriously he came up in the draft. They like, oh my God, like, no. They hated that. They hate when you know your history. They hate when you're intelligent, when you're thinkers, when you're willing to blaze your own trail, when you're willing to stand up for your own people. They hate that. So once again, man, I salute and I applaud Kyrie Irving for having the balls to do what a lot of people probably will never do. And this ain't looking down on you doing whatever you believe is the best for you, but like, salute to that guy. Salute to the people that's willing to go against the grain and are willing to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. Because so many people can be easily bought. So many people can be easily bought off and quieted when all you got to do is threaten them. So, this is the Lunchline Podcast, man. Hopefully, man, y'all found this helpful, man, to give y'all some insight. Strive to be a trailblazer. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just try to buy. Don't just take hold or take heed to everything that somebody's trying to sell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Don't let no nation or no country or no government or no job or nobody try to bully you and force you into what you don't deem to be true. There is another way. It might be a little bit harder. You trying to blaze your own trail. You trying to do the things that you want to do. It might be a little bit more difficult. But in the end, your happiness and what brings you joy in doing what you want to do is the most important. You know, I say this all the time, man. Like, I would rather live free and be at peace with myself than to be on my deathbed full of regret. Think on that. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. May y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all later on. Peace.